Barack and Michelle Obama's daughters keep a pretty low profile. But now, Malia and Sasha are opening up in a rare interview about their famous mama.
What would you do if you learned that your parents are not your biological mother and father? Malia Ann Obama is at the center of several headlines today on the legitimacy of her relationship with Michelle and Barack.
Malia and Sasha, under the strangest of circumstances, you have become two amazing young women.
Did the Obamas keep a secret after all these years? Let's find out if Malia is all packed and ready to leave the house. The truth. First things first, Malia Ann Obama is the older child of former U.S. President Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama. He is a legitimate and first daughter of the two, although her birth is a controversial story which we can tackle a little later. For the record, there was no DNA testing to be done in the first place because there's nothing to prove. Rumors had it, though, that Malia has not been living with her family for a long time. That's right. What do you expect? She's 26 now and had to live a life on her own. In fact, Malia finished her education at the prestigious Harvard University.
First daughter Malia Obama graduates from high school next month, and she's going to Harvard, where her parents attended law school.
Malia's life. Ever since Malia Obama made her grand entrance into the world on July 4, 1998 in Chicago, it's been clear that her story was destined to be anything but ordinary. Born into a family that would soon become a household name, with her dad, Barack Obama, rising to national prominence and her mom, Michelle Obama, becoming an iconic role model, Malia's early life was already steeped in history, hope, and a whole lot of heart. Imagine being born on one of the most symbolic days in American history, the day fireworks light up the sky and celebrations are everywhere.
You know, as Michelle reminds us, our job is to make sure they don't need us anymore.
For Malia, July 4th, 1998 wasn't just another day on the calendar. It marked the beginning of a life that would eventually intertwine with some of the most transformative moments in modern U.S. history. While details of her very first hours remain private, because even the Obamas know when to keep it low-key, one thing is for sure. Her birth came at a time when the winds of change were starting to blow across the nation.
Of all that I have done in my life, I am most proud to be your dad.
For years of privacy, there were made-up stories about Malia's true identity and individuality because the Obamas remained silent about her birth. Understandably, why a lot of people had to urge the daughters to go for DNA testing and confirm whether they're the biological children of Michelle and Barack. However, for the very first time, in 2018, for her memoir Becoming, Michelle Obama opens up about her personal struggles with infertility and miscarriage.
The higher rates of depression and suicide.
A subject many women find hard to discuss openly. She reveals that despite her deep love and commitment, both she and Barack Obama faced challenges in conceiving naturally. After finally achieving a pregnancy, they tragically lost their first baby to a miscarriage, leaving Michelle feeling isolated and as though she had failed, partly because she was unaware of how common miscarriages really are, affecting 10 to 25% of recognized pregnancies. Michelle also highlights the emotional toll of this experience, noting that many women harbor feelings of guilt, shame, and self-blame, often believing they could have prevented the loss. She criticizes the societal taboo surrounding discussions of miscarriage, arguing that not sharing these truths among women only deepens the pain. Ultimately, to have her daughters Malia and Sasha, Michelle and Barack turned to in vitro fertilization, IVF, acknowledging the reality of the biological clock and the limits of egg production. Her candid sharing, coming from such a respected figure, aims to encourage openness and support for many women who silently endure similar challenges. Now, Malia and Sasha are seen to be symbols of hope and love to Michelle and her husband, even inspirations to other couples who are experiencing similar situations. Growing up in a world of change, Malia's childhood was anything but typical. Even though her early years were spent in Chicago, a city known for its vibrant energy and deep-rooted cultural history, her life took on an almost transcontinental quality.
As one American family, guided along our journey by the hope of a better day.
As the family moved to Hawaii, the same Hawaii that's famous for its chill vibes, sun-kissed beaches, and aloha spirit. This move not only gave her a chance to soak in a diverse and laid-back culture, but also provided a balanced counterpoint to the intense public life that would later come with being part of America's first family. As a kid, Malia was surrounded by an environment that mixed everyday fun with the occasional peek behind the curtains of global politics. Picture a teenager who might be just as happy hanging out with friends on a sunny beach in Hawaii as she would be learning about civic engagement and social justice from her parents. Despite all the attention that came with her family's legacy, she managed to keep her feet firmly planted on the ground, balancing celebrity expectations with the pursuit of her own interests. It's hard to navigate life in the spotlight. How did she manage this? When Barack Obama stepped into the presidency, Malia found herself living in a world where every day might include a surprise visit from the press or an unexpected encounter with someone in the public eye. But even with the flashing cameras and high-security events, she was just a regular teen trying to figure things out, balancing school, friendships, and those all-important moments of self-discovery. It's like having your life broadcast on national TV while you're still trying to decide what to wear for a casual day out. Despite all this, Malia's personality shined through. Friends and observers often note her down-to-earth nature and a quiet confidence that seems to say, "Yeah, I'm part of a famous family, but I'm also just me." Whether she was exploring creative pursuits, dabbling in new hobbies, or simply enjoying a moment of anonymity, Malia navigated her unique situation with a blend of grace and authenticity. In January 2020, Barack Obama described his daughter Malia as someone who loves life, conversation, and new experiences, qualities he considers truly remarkable. Despite growing up in the spotlight as part of the first family, Malia still enjoyed typical teenage moments, like attending prom. In 2014, Barack confirmed that his daughter went to prom as a sophomore, and humorously noted that details about her date remained classified. He also shared the bittersweet experience of seeing his daughter in heels for the first time, remarking on how lovely and beautiful she looked. Charting her own course. As she moved from her school days into young adulthood, Malia started forging her own path. After high school, she took some well-deserved time to explore her interests, travel a bit, and really think about what she wanted out of life, beyond the expectations that came with her famous last name. Eventually, she enrolled at Harvard University, stepping into a world of academic rigor and fresh challenges. The transition from being the daughter of a president to being a college student at one of the world's top institutions wasn't just a change in scenery. It was a declaration that she was ready to stand on her own 2 feet and define her own identity. However,
and today the parents included the Obamas as their daughter Malia graduated.
After graduating high school in 2016, Malia Obama took a deliberate gap year before beginning the next chapter of her academic journey at Harvard University, where she ultimately graduated in 2021. Reflecting on this pivotal moment, Barack Obama noted that while leaving the familial home, especially one as unique as the White House, carries its own set of challenges, it was also a powerful declaration of independence, with Malia stepping confidently into adulthood as a grown woman. Throughout her gap year and time at Harvard, Malia exhibited a deep-seated passion for the television industry. Her enthusiasm led her to secure internships that many only dream about. She worked on Lena Dunham's Girls and gained valuable experience at the Weinstein Company. She further expanded her industry repertoire by serving as a production assistant on Halle Berry's CBS sci-fi drama series Extant and contributing her writing skills to Donald Glover's Amazon series Swarm. Her creative endeavors did not go unnoticed. Janine Neighbors, the co-creator of Swarm, praised Malia for her wild yet brilliant pitches and unwavering dedication to her craft, emphasizing that she brought a fresh and dynamic perspective to the projects she was involved in. Not one to limit her creative expression to writing alone, Malia also ventured behind the camera. In 2024, under the professional name Malia Ann, she made her directorial debut with a short film titled The Heart.
It's a small film, it's 15 minutes, so it's very traditionally a short film, and
which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. The film centers on a grieving son who discovers something unusual in his late mother's will, a narrative that explores themes of loss, loneliness, and the complex interplay of forgiveness and regret. During an interview segment titled Meet the Artist, Malia explained that the film delves into the beauty of human tenderness and the unexpected closeness that can emerge even amid heartache, hoping that her work might alleviate feelings of isolation and serve as a reminder not to neglect the people who matter. In October 2024, a notable moment of personal and professional assertion occurred when Malia decided to drop the Obama from her professional name. Goodbye, Obama. Her father, Barack, candidly shared his initial surprise on the Pivot podcast, remarking that he knew people would recognize her immediately. However, Malia's perspective was clear. She preferred audiences to engage with her work based solely on its merit, rather than any preconceived notions associated with her famous last name. This decision underscored her commitment to establishing her own identity and creative legacy, independent of her family's political prominence. In addition to her burgeoning career in film and television, Malia has also demonstrated a strong commitment to activism. During the summer of 2020, she actively participated in Black Lives Matter protests alongside her younger sister, Sasha. Their shared experiences, particularly growing up under the intense spotlight of the White House during their formative years, have fostered a unique and resilient bond between the siblings, a connection that both Michelle and Barack deeply cherish. Michelle Obama, in various interviews,
wonderful town, and he has many cousins there,
has expressed how proud she is to see her daughters thriving as independent young women, yet she remains equally protective of their privacy. She has noted the difficulty of sharing too many personal details in her memoirs, a necessary measure to shield them from the unrelenting public gaze. Overall, Malia's post-high school journey reflects a harmonious blend of academic accomplishment, creative exploration, and a keen sense of social responsibility. Whether it's through her innovative work in the television industry, her directorial debut at Sundance, or her commitment to activism, Malia continues to carve out a distinct path that speaks to both her personal ambitions and the legacy of resilience and independence instilled by her family.
Under the strangest of circumstances, you have become two amazing young women.
Malia and her family. Born on June 10, 2001 in Chicago, Sasha Obama is the younger daughter of Barack and Michelle Obama, and her childhood was filled with a diverse mix of activities and disciplined yet fun family values. Growing up in a household where the rule was simply no whining, Sasha enjoyed a well-rounded array of pursuits, including playing basketball, taking tap dance lessons, and practicing gymnastics. Alongside her older sister Malia, she also engaged in tennis and piano lessons, reflecting a nurturing environment that balanced physical, artistic, and intellectual development. Family members have often drawn comparisons between Sasha and those she resembles most within the family.
For the past 25 years, you have not only been my wife and mother of my children, you have been my best friend.
Michelle's mother, Marion Robinson, who once lived with the Obamas in the White House, remarked that Sasha is much like her mother, determined and independent, with a clear mind of her own. In contrast, Malia has been likened to Michelle's brother Craig, noted for her more easygoing nature and tendency to worry, highlighting the unique personalities that have emerged within the Obama daughters. This strong sense of self is evident in Sasha's character. As described by her father and in style, she is completely confident in her own perspective and is never intimidated by titles or credentials, always ready to speak her mind when she believes something is right or wrong. The Obamas have long celebrated Sasha's attributes, praising her for being smart, kind, and notably funny. Barack Obama once described her as the comedian in the family, capturing her energetic spirit and quick wit. He recalled a humorous episode from the campaign trail when, after a long stretch of sleep, the girls burst into his room, and, in a playful moment that epitomized their dynamic, Sasha quipped, "Oh, Mommy, we are peace," a phrase that soon became an affectionate code for quiet moments at home. This light-hearted teasing extends to family interactions in general, with Barack admitting on a podcast that he often finds himself on the receiving end of jokes, such as when he mispronounces the names of hip-hop stars that Sasha enjoys, a shared source of amusement among the family. Sasha's life is also marked by significant personal relationships and academic achievements. She has maintained a close friendship with Maisie Biden, President Joe Biden's granddaughter, a connection that dates back to their days on the same elementary school basketball team, which Barack fondly recalled when he coached their team, the Vipers. After graduating from the esteemed Sidwell Friends School in 2019, Sasha enrolled at the University of Michigan, beginning her studies online during the COVID-19 pandemic. Although Barack acknowledged that the extended family time during the pandemic sometimes felt a bit claustrophobic for his daughters, he also cherished the added moments of joy from shared dinners, games, and movies, highlighting the warmth and resilience that defines their family life. Overall, Sasha Obama's upbringing is characterized by a blend of active pursuits, strong familial values, and an unmistakable sense of humor and self-assurance. This foundation not only underscores her unique personality, but also reflects the enduring legacy of determination, compassion, and candid expression that has come to define the Obama family. Both Sasha and Malia have taken a significant step toward independence by moving out of their parents' home and establishing a life together in Los Angeles. In November 2022, when the girls announced their plan to cohabit, Michelle Obama recalled the moment with a mix of cautious reserve and heartfelt pride. She explained that she deliberately held back her exuberance, so as not to sway their decision by appearing overly excited, and instead responded with measured curiosity. "Okay, well, that's interesting that you guys are going to try living together. We'll see how it goes." For Michelle, the idea that her daughters would eventually find solace together at a shared kitchen table was exactly what any parent hopes for, a sign that the strong bond they've always shared was enduring. Michelle also shared charming details about how Sasha and Malia have personalized their new Los Angeles apartment. Drawing on a mix of thrift and creativity, the duo has been on the lookout at yard sales and made budget-conscious choices at a nearby IKEA to create a space that reflects their unique style and practical sensibilities. Their independence even extends to entertaining, hosting pre-dinner drinks for their parents, albeit with a humorous twist. Michelle recalled on the Today Show how the martinis they served were a bit on the weak side, humorously noting that her daughters might still need to perfect their cocktail-making skills. Family pride shone brightly during celebrations as well. When Sasha turned 21 in June 2022, the Obamas didn't miss an opportunity to share loving tributes on social media. Barack playfully reminded Sasha that no matter how old she grows, she will always be his little girl, fondly teasing her about her ever-present cherubic cheeks. Michelle, in her tender way, echoed this sentiment by affectionately calling Sasha her littlest pea, even as she recognized her evolution into a beautiful, independent, and highly capable young woman. The transition into adulthood is further underscored by a humorous nod to the changing times in their personal lives. During an April 2022 appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Michelle joked that while the girls once bonded over their shared love for the Jonas Brothers, they now find themselves bringing home grown men instead. This playful observation was complemented by Barack's quip on The Late Late Show in May 2021, where he reminisced about how the lingering presence of Secret Service agents during their early dating days still left a mark on his daughter's memories. Adding to these milestones, Sasha's graduation in May 2023 from the University of Southern California with an undergraduate degree in sociology marked another proud moment for the family. Surrounded by her supportive family, including Barack and Malia, Sasha's achievement was a testament to the growth and independence that both sisters have been cultivating over the years. Together, these snapshots of daily life and major milestones paint a picture of a family that, while rooted in a storied past, continues to embrace the joys, challenges, and humorous realities of growing up and carving out a space of their own. The journey continues. Malia's life so far has been a blend of historical significance and personal exploration, from that exciting moment on a summer day in Chicago to the diverse experiences of growing up in Hawaii, living under the bright lights of Washington, D.C., and then carving out her own academic and personal journey at Harvard. Her story is a reminder that life is full of twists, turns, and opportunities to grow. In the end, Malia Obama's journey is as much about discovering who she is as it is about carrying a legacy. She shows us that even when the world watches your every move, there's always room to write your own chapter, one that's uniquely yours. And honestly, that's a pretty inspiring story to be part of. The freshest news about her? Photos obtained by media show Malia enjoying an evening stroll with a friend after a workout, confidently displaying her signature boho chic style with loose-fitting, layered clothing. At the 50th Deauville American Film Festival on September 6, 2024, she showcased a Vivienne Westwood look and, in a TikTok with Paris Match, remarked that although she doesn't know much about fashion, she's happy to wear it. Malia is happily living her life. Do you think Malia looks like her mom and dad? Post your comments below and we'll see you in the next video.